Welcome to today's class. Today's class will be about color. It's very simple, not very long actually. As I said before, I really would like to go through all the foundations, fundamentals we need to create all different transformational art, and what kind of art is without color. Of course, there are beautiful drawings, but color is our emotion. And I want to ask you a question. It's from the Vedic art course that I am also a certified instructor. But before we go, I want to remind you, so this is the series for Art Completes You method, how to become an excellent and confident artist without negative self-talk. For those who want to take the art to the next level and try the magic of manifestation, different things in your life, that is very possible using the practices from the book. And I am Elena Zelenina, and I am the author of 2 books, Arts to the Rescue, and this one, which is totally amazing. I used my pen name of Shraddha Nityananda. It's my spiritual name. Shraddha means authenticity and faith, and Nityananda means eternal bliss. So I thought, I don't feel that I am the owner of that method. I just discovered it, and I'm very happy to share with all of you. So this is how it came about, my name for this book, different name for this book. So the class is, and we're going to talk about color. As I said, it's a short class, but very important one. So the riddle that I want to give you, and something I want you to contemplate on, sounds like this. Light is the source of color. What is the source of light? It's part of a bigger riddle from the Vedic art course. And I will let you discover. I give a very interesting story that was transformational for me, story from one of the live classes that I was conducting in New York. So the first thing I wanted to start, thank you for the hearts, that I wanted to start with is that we see colors differently. We all have our own very unique way of seeing colors. The information we receive, our mind receives when we see color is different. And the interesting thing is, not only you see color differently from me, my green is different from what you see as green. Another thing is that we too, as we develop, grow in some ways, and in some ways as our ability to authentically see kind of gets muted with our stories and some emotional responses that are recorded with certain situations, we stop being able to see the color as is. If you noticed, if you look at the young children, and if you put different colors in front of them, what I observed, they always go for the very, very bright ones. And it kind of changes as we age, but I don't mean age in terms of we physically, the body becomes older. We get so many filters, so we stop seeing things as they are. I want to tell you the story. It happened to me in Himalayas. It was about 10, I think it was 2000, yeah, not I think, it was 2008. I was doing yatra with my guru. We were in Himalayas, high in the mountains, not very high because the river was still, we were by the river and it was possible to take a bath in the river. And our guru was sitting on the bank, beautiful scenery, tall trees, energy. Energy in Himalayas is really hard to describe, but it's almost, you can physically feel it. It's peaceful, but it's not sleepy peaceful. It's kind of very alert, but at the same time full of energy and relaxed. So when I dipped into the water with my head, and then when I stood up and took the water from my face, I looked around and I was in shock because all of a sudden the greens that we were surrounded by, the water was crystal clear before, but now everything became so bright, and the shades became so deep. Oh my, till now, when I remember that moment, I feel the same gush of energy. It's like you're wearing glasses and they are not very clear, but you kind of got used to seeing whatever you can see through them. And then you take them off and you are just awestruck by the vividness of the color, by the scenery. My guru was wearing orange, and that orange was almost like fire. I have to tell you, I never went back to seeing the muted color like it used to be. I didn't realize it was that muted before. It stayed in that brightness. I also have a tendency when I draw, paint, go for these kind of colors. But I also have to admit that that was the brightest moment I saw the colors ever in my life. Maybe several years, maybe it was the shock that it happened the first time, because I had similar experiences a couple of times, one time in Rishikesh and one time in the Bidaji ashram where I go regularly. Yeah, but that first time ability to see the color was amazing. So what is my point here? It's really unique, the way we see color. And because of that, our palette is very unique too. So the colors you like are very different from colors I like. They might be similar in some way, but color combinations, it's like you. And the important thing about this is You have to enjoy it. You have the artistic license. If you have never heard the word, Julia Cameron introduced it in her book, The Artist's Way, many, many years ago. But it was such a good thought that you are the artist when you create. So that permission to choose the colors, to choose the color combinations, you give to yourself. No one else can interfere with that and say, oh no, but you know what, I really think you should use more green. That's why when you take a class and someone assigns you the colors to use in the class, that is on a higher level, is looked by you at that activity with less respect. You are not feeling that actually you created something. Yes, you did, you kind of copied, or whatever you come up with. Explanations to put your work a little bit down. So go for the colors that you like. Go for the color combinations that you like. Don't, I'm going to say something might upset some people, that don't read any color theories. All the color theories are no, I'm not going to discuss them, right? All the color theories are experiences of one individual. They are not yours. And in art, in using art to open up who you are, to welcome who you are. Because as we talked about, the world has so many landscapes and still lifes and portraits and abstract paintings. So who needs one more of something else? But the world does need one more of your unique expression, because it's the divine expressing herself. And you cannot rob divine from the ability to express herself by not allowing you to choose the color that you like. There is a place for color study, and we will do, once we go through the fundamentals, we'll definitely do the class on some shortcuts, how to mix the colors, to faster get to this tone, because you can get to secondary colors different ways, and when you go into the colors that are born out of multiple mixes that we create with colors, people arrive to browns all sorts of ways, same as purples. So yes, there is a place to study, but when you are starting painting, the most important thing is, number one, out of everything, is colors that you like have to be on the canvases you create. Unless you choose the colors that you do not like to convey some specific idea. But I think you got the message. So we spoke about the uniqueness of our palette, and I didn't want to do a color demo class. I just prepared these drawings, and again, because of light, they are not, they are more purplish than they are here. But do you see the similarity in my drawings? I mean, in the colors? An interesting thing, So, as I told you, I love colors. I love colored pencils, and I love combinations with watercolor and colored pencils. And if you look at my jar here with pencils, you will see that the ones that I like, they're really short. But ones that no, that's a new one, but let's say this one, I almost never use it, so it's kind of stays like that. So if I decide, okay, I want to look at all the colors that I am fascinated with, I can just look at all the colors that are so tiny, and it will be so clear to me and to anyone who is looking that I love purple, I love yellow, I love red, I love blue. You see green a little bit, but more of a contrast, right? You don't see green paintings. There was, I believe this was a couple of years ago, not last year. So last year, more greens came last year. The year before was very purple year, I guess, for me. So some tips, though, I do want to give you to make like the whole process with color easier. So before you start, let's say you did the drawings, you did a line, you see some shapes. Again, we are right now doing the fundamentals, how to let the shapes form. We will do the realistic life drawing classes after we are done with fundamentals, with proportions, because it will be just way more easier and more fun, and that creating kind of cool art, even when you are learning, is what I like to do and what my students enjoy very much. So let's say you did this line drawing, you see some shape, so you just decided fill the whole, like this one, fill the whole page with shapes, and you want to put color. Now look at your pencils. If you are using pencils, or if you are using paints, then take them out of the tube and put the colors that you want in front of you, deciding for yourself that this painting is this mood, I'm kind of going to use this, maybe this kind of set of colors, I enjoy looking at them ahead of time. You will make less mistakes. It's a little more, requires a little more preparatory work, not just start painting right away, but it's also good for you at this stage right now, because it's kind of, you are doing things with more awareness. Choosing colors is like choosing colors for your room, right? For my girlfriends, right? You know how we do the makeup, or we are deciding what to wear. We think things through. What kind of eyeshadow to use, what kind of jewelry we are using, what colors we are using, right? We do it all the time. Or when we set up, let's say, the dinner table, deciding on the color of the napkins, the flowers, etc. So we work with colors all the time. It's the same exact thing, only this time you're going to do it with the paper. You decide which ones you like, which ones you want to use, and then you use them. And a tip here is, all the colors that you are using, use them everywhere. So your drawing, at least try in the beginning. So your drawing has, if you use yellow, there is yellow a little bit everywhere. There is blue a little bit everywhere in all different objects. But in some areas you will have way more yellow, and in some areas you will have way more blue. So the whole drawing, a whole painting is more connected. It feels united because all these little dots of color are everywhere. So that's the second tip. So choose the colors you like and enjoy. Give yourself permission for the choice. Color is the emotion. Second one, use colors all over the painting, not in the only strict area. Okay, the face is going to be pink, for example, and the dress is going to be green. That green from the dress will be a little bit reflected in the skin tones. So you can add the green, right? You are learning, so it's okay to experiment. Just see what happens when you throw a little bit of colors into different parts of your painting. Okay, so we did last time the art class with the drawing of the shape, and we did the upside down drawing. So what you can do, you can go back, especially to the upside down drawing, and fill it all with colors, the colors that you like, and then look at these shapes and see what happens if you outline the red shape with green on one side. What happens if you outline the green shape with a little red line? I don't want to give you the answers, nor should you look for someone tell you the answers. This kind of things, they are very easily forgotten. But your discovery, your aha moment with art and within art will stay. If you learn how to mix and get a certain, let's say, shade or tone of purple, you're not going to forget it. But talking about it or even looking, you can forget. Right? So go for all knowledge is within you, believe it or not. Even mixing the colors is within you. So go for that. Experiment with colors and give yourself permission to enjoy them. So the next class, because right now we have in our fundamentals, we have the creative impulse, we have the shape, we have the color. So I want to do the a little bit of magic next time. So I want again to talk about love and how to create a very powerful thought currents that help us build awesome relationships. Because you have all these fundamentals, it's enough to start playing with some original work. And and because of that's the favorite topic of my of many students of mine, I'm gonna start with that. So again, for the book, I am reminding you that everyone who has the book, please send me if you want personal critique or support, either message me here on Facebook or email me at artcompletesyou@gmail.com. I will respond. Definitely join our Facebook group. We have started discussions about our next event where people can show their art and create some conversations with the world from that powerful space of an artist who is confident and excellent. And any requests you have, please don't be shy. Message me and tell me, okay, this is what I want to know, and I will post and respond with either the link, what you might want to look at, or I am aware of a very good artist who mastered some aspects of art and guide you to where you need to go. I am very grateful to being able to share all of it with all of you. Thank you. So create, have fun, and welcome you. Bye.